Question number 1. A wheel has moment of inertia y into 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter square and is making 20 revolutions per second. What is the magnitude of the torque required to stop it in 10 seconds? So now to solve this question, we know torque tau is equal to I alpha I of omega 2 minus omega 1 upon t I of 2 pi n2 minus 2 pi n1 upon t 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon 0 minus 2 pi into 20 upon 10. Magnitude of the torque is therefore 2 pi into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton meter. So option B, 2 pi into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton meter is the correct answer. Question 2. A wheel having a moment of inertia 2 kg meter square about its vertical axis, rotations at the rate of 60 rpm about this axis. What is the retarding torque required to stop its rotation in 1 minute? Now to solve this question, we know torque tau is equal to I omega 2 minus omega 1 upon t, which is equal to I into 2 pi n2 minus n1 upon t, which is equal to pi by 15 Newton meter. So option B, pi by 15 Newton meter is the correct answer. Question 3. A constant torque of 31.4 Newton meter is applied to a pivoted wheel if the angular acceleration of the wheel is 4 radians per second square. So the moment of inertia of the wheel is. Now to calculate the moment of inertia of the wheel, we know I is equal to tau upon alpha, which is equal to 31.4 upon 4 pi, which is equal to 10 pi upon 4 pi. Pi and pi gets cancelled. On solving, we get 2.5 kg meter square. So option B, 2.5 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 4. A rope is wound round a hollow cylinder of mass 5 kg and radius 0.5 meter. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with the force of 20? Now to solve this question, we know when the rope is pulled by a force of 20 Newton, a torque is exerted on the cylinder above its axis of rotation. So torque tau is equal to F into R, which is equal to 20 into 0.5, which is equal to 10 Newton meter. I is equal to mr square, which is equal to 5 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, which is pi by 4. Alpha is equal to torque upon moment of inertia, which is 10 upon 5 by 4, which is equal to 8 radians per second square. So option D, 8 radians per second square is the correct answer. The angular velocity of a body is given by omega is equal to 3i plus 2j plus 3k. A torque tau is equal to 2i plus 3j plus 4k acts on it, then the rotational power will be. Now to solve this question, we know in transitional motion, power is equal to force into velocity, which is equal to F dot V. In rotational motion, rotational power is equal to torque into angular velocity, which is 2i plus 3j plus 4k into 3i plus 2j plus 3k, which on solving we get power is equal to 6 plus 6 plus 12, which is equal to 24 watt. So option B, 24 watt is the correct answer. 6. A rope of negligible mass is wound around a hollow cylinder of mass 4 kg and radius 40 cm. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 4 Newton? Assume that there is no slipping. Now to solve this question, the moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder about its geometric axis is given by I is equal to mr square, which is equal to 4 into 0.4 square, which is equal to 0.64 kg meter square. When the rope is pulled, force is equal to 4 Newton, torque is equal to F into R, which is equal to 4 into 0.4, which we get 1.6 Newton meter. So 1.6 Newton meter force torque is produced, and it produces an angular acceleration alpha, which is equal to torque upon moment of inertia. तो F into R upon I. So alpha is equal to 4 into 0.4 upon 0.64, which is equal to 1.6 upon 0.64, which is equal to 2.5 radians per second square. So option C, 2.5 radians per second square, is the correct answer. Question 7. A thin rod of mass m and length 12 is made to rotate about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to it. Its angular velocity changes from 0 to infinity in time t. What is the torque acting on the rod? Now to calculate the torque acting on a rod, we know formula for torque is equal to I alpha. I is equal to, for the rod, the moment of inertia about an axis passing through its center are perpendicular to its length is given by n into 12 square upon 12. Alpha is omega minus 0 upon t, which is equal to omega upon t. Torque tau is equal to m into 4l square upon 12 into omega upon t, which on solving we get m l square omega upon 3t. So option C, m l square omega upon 3t, is the correct answer. Question 8. Let R be the force acting on a particle having position vector r and tau be the torque of the force about the origin. Then this is F. Let F be the force and position of the particle vector r and tau be the torque of the force. So the torque tau is equal to R into F. So tau is perpendicular to R. Tau is perpendicular to R. That is tau into R is equal to 0, or R into tau is equal to 0. If tau is perpendicular to F, that is tau dot F is equal to 0, or F dot tau is equal to 0. Therefore, option D, R dot tau is equal to 0 and F dot tau is equal to 0, is the correct answer. Question 9. A rope is wound round at a hollow cylinder of mass m and radius r. If the rope is pulled with a force F Newton, then the angular acceleration of the cylinder will be. Now to calculate the angular acceleration of the cylinder, moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder about an axis I is equal to mr square. Torque acting tau is equal to F cross R. Tau is equal to I alpha. Angular acceleration alpha is torque upon I, which is F into R upon mr square, which is equal to F upon mr. So option D, F upon mr, is the correct answer. Question 10. A uniform disc of mass 500 kg and radius 2 meter is rotating at the rate of 600 rpm. What is the torque required to rotate the disc in the opposite direction with the same speed in time of 100 seconds? So for disc, mass is 500 kg, r is equal to 2 meter, I is equal to mr square upon 2, which is equal to 500 into 4 by 2, which is 1000 kg meter square. Angular velocity omega is equal to 2 pi into 600 upon 60, which is equal to 20 pi radians per second. Now, to rotate the disc in the opposite direction with the same speed, the opposing torque must decrease in angular velocity from 20 pi radians to 0 and then increase it from 0 to 20 pi. Thus, the change in angular velocity is given by change in angular velocity is given by 20 pi minus of 20 pi, which is equal to 40 radians per second. So angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega by dt, which is 40 pi upon 100, which is equal to 4 upon 10 pi. Now opposing torque is equal to I alpha, that is 1000 into 4 upon 10, which gives us 400 Newton meter, which gives us 400 pi Newton meter. So option C 400 pi Newton meter is the correct answer. Question 11. A ring of mass 10 kg and radius 0.2 meter is rotating about its geometrical axis at 20 revolutions per second. If its moment of inertia is, now to calculate the moment of inertia, we know I is equal to mr square 10 into 2 by 10 into 2 by 10, which on solving we get 0.4 kg meter square. So option C 0.4 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 12. A rod of length 2 meter has a mass of 0.12 kg. Its moment of inertia about an axis passing through its one end and perpendicular to the length of the rod is. Now to solve this question, we know I is equal to ml square by 3, which is equal to 0.12 into 4 upon 3, which on solving we get 0.16 kg meter square. So option A 0.16 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 13. A uniform disk of mass 5 kg has a radius of 0.5 meter. Its moment of inertia about an axis passing through a point on its circumference and perpendicular to its plane is. Now to solve this question, we know according to theorem of parallel axis, I0 is IC plus mh square, mr square by 2 plus mr square. So value for I0 is equal to 3 by 2 mr square. Substituting the values, 3 by 2 into 5 into 25 into 10 raised to minus 2, which on solving we get 1.875 kg meter square. So option D 1.875 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 14. A rod of length 2 meter has a mass of 0.24 kg. Its moment of inertia about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to the length of the rod is. Now to solve this question, we know that I is equal to ml square upon 12, which is equal to 0.24 into 4 upon 12, which on solving we get 0.08 kg meter square. So option D 0.08 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 15. The moment of inertia of a sphere about its axis passing through its center is given by I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. What is the moment of inertia about a tangent to its surface? Now we know I0 is IC plus mh square, 2 by 5 mr square plus mr square, which will give us 7 by 5 mr square. So option B 7 by 5 mr square is the correct answer. Question 16. The moment of inertia of a circular disc about an axis passing through its center and normal to its plane is 50 kg meter square. Then its moment of inertia about a diameter is. Now to solve this question, we know I is equal to mr square by 4, which can be written as half of mr square by 4, which is equal to half of 50, which will give us 25 kg meter square. So option B 25 kg meter square is the correct answer. 17. Two rings have their moment of inertia in the ratio 2:1. If their diameters are in the ratio 2:1, then the ratio of their masses will be. Now we know I1 upon I2 is equal to m1 r1 square upon m2 r2 square. So 2 upon 1 is equal to m1 upon m2 into 4 upon 1. So m1 upon m2 is equal to 1 upon 2. So option C 1:2 is the correct answer. Question 18. The diameter of thin circular disc of mass 2 kg is 0.2 meter. If moment of inertia about an axis passing through the edge and perpendicular to the plane of the disc is. Now to solve this question, we know IT is equal to mr square by 2 plus mr square, which is equal to 3 by 2 mr square. Substituting the values, 3 by 2 into 2 into 1 upon 100, which is equal to 0.03 kg meter square. So option C 0.03 kg meter square is the correct answer. Question 19. In case of a thin uniform rod of length L and mass m, the radius of gyration for orientation of the axis through its center of the mass is perpendicular to its length is. Now to solve this question, we know I is equal to mk square, which is equal to ml square upon 12, So K is equal to L upon 2 root 3. So option B, L upon 2 root 3 is the correct answer. Question 20. The moment of inertia of solid cylinder of mass m and radius r about a line parallel to the axis of the cylinder and lying on the surface of the cylinder is. Now to solve this question, we know by law of parallel theorem or parallel axis theorem, I is equal to mr square upon 2 plus mr square, which is equal to 3 by 2 mr square. So option C, 3 by 2 mr square is the correct answer. Question 21. Two discs of density 7200 kg per meter cube and another of density 9000 kg per meter cube have same mass and thickness. What is the ratio of their moment of inertia? Now m1 is equal to m2 v1, that is volume into density, is equal to v2 into rho 2. So pi r1 square h rho 1 is equal to pi r2 square h rho 2. So r1 square upon r2 square is equal to rho 1 upon rho 2 upon rho 1. So I1 upon I2 is equal to half m r1 square upon half m r2 square, which is equal to r1 square upon r2 square, which is equal to rho 2 upon rho 1, which is equal to 9000 upon 7200, which is equal to 5 by 4. So option B, 5 by 4 is the correct answer. Question 22. A solid cylinder of mass 20 kg has length 1 meter and radius 0.5 meter. Then its moment of inertia in kg meter square about its geometrical axis is. So I is equal to half mr square, which is equal to half into 20 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, which on solving we get 2.5. So option A, 2.5 is the correct answer. Question 23. What is moment of inertia of solid sphere of radius r and density rho about its diameter? Now I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square, 2 by 5 into 4 upon 3 pi r cube into rho r square. On solving we get 8 upon 15 pi r raised to 5 rho. Density is mass upon volume is the condition which is used over here. So option C, 8 upon 15 pi r raised to 5 rho is the correct answer. Question 24. The moment of inertia of two spheres of equal masses about their diameters are equal. If one of them is solid and other is hollow, then the ratio of the radii is. Moment of inertia of hollow sphere is 2 by 3 m rh square. So I is solid, moment of inertia of solid is equal to moment of inertia of hollow sphere. So 2 by 5 m rh square is equal to 2 by 3 m rh square. So 5 rh square is equal to 3 rs square. So rs upon rh is equal to square root of 5 upon 3. So option C, square root of 5 upon 3 is the correct answer. Question 25. The moment of inertia of a disk of a mass m and radius r about an axis passing through the center O and perpendicular to the plane of the disk is mr square upon 2. If 1/4 of the disk is removed, the new moment of inertia of the disk will be. So moment of inertia of disk of mass m is equal to I is equal to 1 by 2 mr square. So when the quarter of the portion is removed, the new mass 3 by 4 m is equal to m dash. So new moment of inertia will be half m dash r square, which is equal to half 3 by 4 m and r square, which is equal to 3 by 8 mr square. So option C, 3 by 8 mr square is the correct answer. Question 26. A wire of length L and mass m is bent in the form of circular ring. Its moment of inertia about its axis is. Now to solve this question, we know 2 pi r is L, r is equal to L upon 2 pi. Moment of inertia mi is equal to m r square, which is equal to m L square upon 4 pi square. Substituting the value of r. So now The answer is ml square upon 4 pi square, which is option D. Question 27. Two solid spheres are made up of same material. The ratio of the diameter is 2:1. The ratio of the moment of inertia above their respective diameter is. Now to solve this question, we know I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. 2 by 5 into 4 upon 3 pi r cube into rho into r square. Substituting value for m, volume into density. I is equal to 8 upon 15 pi r raised to 5 rho. So we can say I is directly proportional to r raised to 5. So I1 upon I2 is equal to R1 upon R2 raised to 5, which is 2 upon 1 raised to 5, which is equal to 32. So option C, 32:1 is the correct answer. Question 28. Two identical concentric rings, each of mass m and radius r, are placed perpendicularly. What is the moment of inertia of the system above the axis of one of the rings? Now, the rings are kept perpendicular to each other. Hence, their axes are also perpendicular. Rings are perpendicular, so axes are also perpendicular. Applying the principle of perpendicular axis, I is equal to mr square plus mr square by 2, which gives us 3 by 2 mr square. So option B, 3 by 2 mr square is the correct answer. 29. Moment of inertia of a ring of mass m is equal to 3 gram and radius is r is equal to 1 centimeter about an axis passing through its edge and parallel to its natural axis is. Now to solve this question, we know I is equal to mr square plus mr square, which is equal to 2 mr square, which gives us 3 into 2, that is 6 gram centimeter square. So option C, 6 gram centimeter square is the correct answer. Question 30. A particle of mass 0.75 gram is moving in the xy plane parallel to y-axis with a uniform speed of 4 meter per second. It crosses the x-axis at 3 cm from the origin. What is the angular momentum of the particle above the origin? Now to solve this question, the angular momentum of the particle above the origin, angular momentum above the origin is equal to linear momentum into perpendicular distance between 0 and the particle. Perpendicular distance between 0 and the particle. Now to solve this question, n is equal to mv by into 3, which is equal to 3 by 4 into 4 into 3. 4 and 4 gets cancelled, 3 3s is 9. So option B, 9 kg meter square per second is the correct answer.